Productions presents 3D Portal Adventure, a cross-time cafe tale. Featuring Addie as Lady Beth, Shatul88 as Catdude, Makey and Tia as Tiger T, Jay Harper as McClaw and Deckard, Trelana as Mooncat and Crystalline, Fetid as the Captain, Jessica as Miss Kitty, with Asclepius as the narrator, crew, enemy commander, helmsman, and TK. Lady Beth and White Pony are the creations of Scudder, White Pony, Kidwell. All other characters come from their players at the Crosstime Cafe. http://whiteponyproductions.com. Produced and edited by Asclepius. Chapter 1. Either within or without, it is hotly debated, the vast multitude of universes and existence possibilities, there is said to be a forest that exists in none of them, but it connects them all. At the back corner of this forest is a cafe where certain folk gather and socialize, with no visible impact upon their life stories. Well, for the most part. This place is the Crosstime Cafe. Their reasons and causes for being there vary as greatly as their number, but for a few, it is a respite from duties elsewhere. But ultimately, duty calls, and those bound to it must answer. The first to answer this call is Lady Bethlyn, the White Guardian, formerly a unicorn princess of the Blue Mountain Blessing, now the proprietress of the cafe, along with her great-grandsire White Pony, a seemingly merry and mischievous old stallion, content to live a happy-go-lucky lifestyle, in contrast to her serious tone of life. Indeed, one would not immediately recognize them as being related, aside from their white fur. For starters, while he was completely equine in form, she was anthropomorphic, half-human in fact, standing upright at 8 feet 6 inches. Her forelimbs were arms, ending in hands with 2 fingers and an opposing thumb. Further, her alicorn, the spiraled horn from which unicorns project their magic, was no more. Lady Beth had been the victim of a magical catastrophe that had left her in this half-human, half-equine shape. The accident had caused her alicorn to melt, burning a distinctive scar on her forehead, leaving her with a reminder of what she believed was her guilt in this accident. No less embarrassing, her equine mammary glands, once abdominal and fairly flat, had become human mammary glands, thoracic, and anything but flat, causing her to gain unwanted attention, mostly from males. It did not take her long to become familiar with the phrase, "My eyes are up here if you want to keep on living." No longer able to project magic through her missing alicorn, she uses a pair of bracelets of a shiny silvery metal given to her by an archmage who taught her how to utilize magic in her humanoid form. Thus did she become a warrior mage, a protector, the White Guardian. It is that duty that now summons her. Away from her respite as cafe proprietress and back to her duties as a protector. In one of the basements of the cafe, Lady Beth stands before an archway, seemingly leading straight into a blank wall. She commences an arcane ritual, and a trans-dimensional portal begins to form within the archway. If she had hoped to do this unnoticed, her hopes were futile, for it wasn't long before she had a small audience watching her. Turning to her audience, she issued a caution.
"You have no experience here. Now go." If you follow me, I cannot guarantee your safety.
A boldly striped royal tiger named Tiger T spoke up.
I'd like to be of assistance, but I trust your abilities and judgment of risk. Still, wouldn't it be more safe to take someone with you than to go alone?
A fairly leonine figure with stripes covering half of his body named Catdude, who was also in the audience, climbed the stairway to stand beside her.
My lady, life has only one guarantee for me, that it will someday end. Much as I wish that day to be far in the future, the importance of life is not derived by its length, but by the quality with which it is lived. You once asked us how brave we were, and I dared to say, as brave as you need me to be. Time for me to put up. One last thought before we enter. I do not come to follow or to lead. Be it your pleasure, please let me walk beside you.
Lady Beth gave a barely perceptible nod, saying,
First, I will wait here for 1 hour for you to gather your equipment and survival supplies. If you are not here, this portal is closed. Second, this is not a vacation or a date. Keep your emotions in check. I need you to help protect my arch, not stare at it.
A voice from the back of the room muttered,
Apparently Lady Beth has to take on a speech impediment when using vulgar language.
Understood, Lady Beth,
replied Tiger T. He ran off immediately to gather what may be of help, returning after a couple of rushed minutes with a medium-sized backpack filled with a few bottles of water, some high-density food bars, a 1-gallon lightweight pot, a first aid kit, a small tent, a pocket knife, a lighter, and a towel.
I've got my sturdy cargo pants and jacket too.
He grinned, wearing a belt with a folding spade attached to it. Donning a base cap, he said,
Okay, I think I'm ready to go.
The Catdude busily donned his dragon scale vest into trousers, muttering,
That brand never let me down. Excellent protection with minimal sacrifice of agility.
Then set about inventorying gear. M41 pulse rifle with grenade launcher, check. 600 rounds ammo, 30 grenades, check. Blast Tech DL44 pistol, check.
While I do subscribe to hokey religions and use ancient weapons, a blaster at your side is still a good idea.
5 power packs, check. Lightsaber, check.
I'm a green blade myself.
Adamantium dagger, check.
Forged by dwarves, enchanted by elves, always have a final backstop.
Runestone collection, check.
Foolish mages may mock at runestone magic until they run out of regents and spell components.
Letterman multi-tool, check. Multi-adaptive breathing mask, check.
Works underwater or in toxic gases.
First aid kit, check.
It is as much for you as for me. Relying on magical healing is problematic. I can receive healing magic from others. Sadly, in my own usage, I can only heal myself.
500 meter paracord, check. 30 days energy rations, check. 4 liters of water, check. A couple changes of underclothes and socks, check.
Some lessons from mothers never do leave us.
Towel, check.
Never leave home without one.
Strapping on his backpack, he met Lady Beth at the gate with 2 minutes to spare.
I know, cutting it close. Always did give my teachers anxiety that way. My lady, about the last things you said, I understand this is serious, and I will conduct myself accordingly. I will keep my emotions in check as the Jedi have trained me to do, and I promise I will keep my eyes where you need them. Let us proceed.
Catdude, offering a paw to Tiger T for a paw bump, said,
Well, mein guten Herren, I guess it's pretty obvious who's the camper and who's the soldier in this motley crew of ours.
Tiger T, accepting the paw bump, replied,
I'll let you know I can wield a pretty mean folding spade, mister.
Catdude nodded.
Glad to hear it. Hopefully we won't have to put it to use. That brings back some memories of OTC. Sergeant M ends a class session with, "What is the spirit of the bayonet?" Class responds with, "Kill, kill, kill!" And then I pipe up with, "What is the spirit of the E-tool? Kill, maim, mutilate!" Class bursts out laughing. Sergeant M is not amused, orders, "Class dismissed," with a "get the hell out of here" tone to his voice. As we walk back to the barracks, Cadet Oki, big smile on his face, says, "Sometimes you have one seriously demented imagination." I responded by reminding him of All Quiet on the Western Front and the use of spades and e-tools there. He nods and says, "I'm right." But back to our journey. On a lighter note, it seems our group stands at 3. A lion, a tiger, and mare. Oh my.
Lady Beth casts a scornful look at the pair and says,
Seriously? All right. T, you're in charge of setting up base camp and food prep. CD's in charge of security. This should provide us with the best arrangement of our resources. And gentlemen, if either of you become ill or injured, tell me immediately. As long as you keep me alive, I'm the best first aid kit you'll ever need. But I'll warn you, I have a terrible bedside manner.
Catdude earnestly replied,
"My lady, when I am thusly geared and attired, rest assured, I am serious. Unless that was a commentary on my punnery. I'm pretty certain your bedside manner can't be any worse than that Andorian nurse on Sigma Lyra D. I mean, when does a shrapnel wound to the shoulder require... Never mind. By your command, I assume camp security and rear guard on the road. And my lady, I apologize if an earlier remark I made sounded like I was making light of coming events."
He ponders.
CD. Haven't been called that since...
Tiger T grinned and said,
I agree. Hope we don't need this spade. You'll have to excuse us, Beth, but I guess puns are one thing you'll have to bear when we travel together. I'll try to keep it down. Camp and food, check. It is better to stay in good health anyway, but I'm glad we have you around if that option isn't available. But now I'd say let's not waste any more precious time.
Tiger T clicked his heels together and followed Beth onto the portal stairs. A noble cheetah lioness, Mooncat, waved from the sidelines.
Have fun storming the castle, or whatever.
McClaw, a white tiger in the audience, offered Beth a small device.
I have duties here, but activating that should generate a signal I can home in on. And if there isn't too much interference, it'll act as a transceiver, so you can request special equipment or resupply too.
A grey chacat, Chryslin, also waved at the trio.
As much as I'd like to join in, I can't, for various reasons. Have fun storming the castle.
Just as they were about to enter, Lady Beth turned to the pair and spoke.
There is one more thing I should forewarn you about. Unless we are in any danger, I prefer to sleep in the nude. This armor is very uncomfortable. But if this makes either of you uncomfortable, then I will continue to wear my armor for sleep.
Tiger T blushed deeply and muttered,
We're all adults here, so I guess we can ignore this. No need for you to be uncomfortable, right, CD?
Catdude responded,
Dragon Scale is not comfortable to sleep in either. So, however you sleep is how you sleep. My armor is also coming off at night. But if it's all the same to you, I'm keeping my shorts on while I sleep. I know, a silly human modesty some said I should have discarded, but having so much of my humanity stolen. Also, I have been told I snore like a chainsaw, so I won't be offended if either of you don earplugs. Although if we're sleeping on the ground instead of a bed, it won't be an issue. The snoring only occurs on a bed, if I end up on my back. Maybe that's why most complaints occur when I snooze on a chaise lounge or an easy chair.
A note from your humble narrator. Dragon scale is not to be confused with the controversial failure called dragon skin. While superficially similar in appearance, dragon scale was created 3 centuries later when the necessary nanotech needed to make it work came about.
No problem here, CD,
said Tiger T.
I'm sure I have a pair of earplugs somewhere in my pants pocket. As a half-cat, you can always say you're just purring. I, too, usually go with shorts for sleep.
The Catdude thanked his friends for the well wishes and then climbed the stairwell to stand at Beth's side.
Well, my lady, it truly seems to be just the 3 of us. Let's go forth.
Tiger T also gave his thanks and joined the pair at the gate. Before stepping through the gateway, Lady Beth gave one last caution.
I hope neither of you are afraid of heights. Where we're going, one wrong step and you're bye-bye.
Note from your narrator, yes, the word nither is a word. It's a Scottish dialectal variant of the word neither.
Not to worry, my lady. I do not fear heights that will kill me. It's the heights that will merely injure me that annoy me, because if it happens, it's time wasted healing the injuries,
said Catdude.
Hey Tig, is it wrong of me to be amused that Lady Beth is worried about a pair of felines having height anxiety?
It is a valid concern, I guess,
said Tiger T.
I do not fear heights. I just have a healthy respect for them. I think of that as a good thing, as it keeps me alert in situations where they matter. Although, my hope is that we won't need to climb any vertical mountainsides, even if I do have inbuilt spikes to help keep my grip.
At least we always land on our feet,
said Catdude with a chuckle. Chapter 2. Having established her crew, reluctant as she was to have a crew, Lady Beth began to step through the dimensional gate she had opened. Tiger T and the Catdude stepped up to follow her. As Tiger T neared the horizon of the portal, he noticed a slight tingle in his fur, almost but not quite like a static charge. He moved his hand towards and away from the portal to see how it affected the tingling.
Yes, weird, isn't it? Is this your first time through one of these?
Yeah.
He continued his testing.
Interesting. The CTC doors are different, like normal doors. I'm curious as to what it would be like to walk through it. I guess I will know soon enough.
Meanwhile, Lady Beth had mostly stepped through the portal, save for the hand she was using to hold the portal open.
Come along, gentlemen.
Aha! Here's our marching order.
He carefully walked forward. As his nose contacted the horizon, he felt a prickling sensation that propagated through his body, peeking at the parts as they went through. Coming out the other side, he shook off the effects.
Like being combed the wrong way.
He began looking around. The Catdude stepped right through the gateway. He got wobbly on his feet as vertigo momentarily swept over him. Initially, he reached for Beth's hand to steady himself, but remembering that he had not obtained such permission to touch beforehand, he braced his hands on his knees instead.
Just a moment, my lady. I always get a head rush when I step through one of these things. 5 more seconds. And done.
He shook his head to clear it and recovered.
The headache will last an hour more, but I'll manage.
He joined Tiger T in looking around.
I wonder where we are.
Meanwhile, Tiger T pushed down a few patches of fur on his tail.
I guess I came through okay.
Tiger T and the Catdude stared out in rapt fascination over their surroundings. Tiger T noticed that the clouds were not moving.
Ah, like unto Van Gogh's Starry Night. Very impressive. As all I usually see is a standard ye old Earth sky.
Indeed so. Funny thing, when Lady Beth first mentioned great height, I thought we might be headed to either Nar Shaddaa or the cliffs of Eos, but we're at neither. We're at some place I've never seen before, and I'm glad of it. My lady, thank you for letting me come with you.
Say, Lady Beth, where exactly is here, anyway?
Lady Beth gave no answer and stood quietly at a jutting pier as if awaiting something. It did not take long for that something to come into sight.
I think I see something coming towards us. A blimp?
Ah, an airship with a sailing ship gondola. A beautiful way to sail the skies, although if the weather takes a certain turn, the voyage can become interesting.
As the vessel approached, Lady Beth addressed her companions.
This will be our transport during our time here. I will renegotiate the contract and bill of lading. How much do each of you and your equipment weigh?
That's a ride? Cool. My weight? Oh, I do hope an estimate will be exact enough. I should be around 82 kilograms, and my backpack should be around 20 kilograms.
I weigh between 105 to 110 kilograms. My gear is 40 kilograms, half of which is ammunition. I suppose the captain will have some demands regarding storage.
As the vessel pulled up to the dock, the ramp extended out to the boarding gate of the ship. Lady Beth began to walk towards the ship, but then she stopped and turned around to face her feline companions.
Gentlemen, if you trust me, then please wait for me there. I'll be back.
Okay.
Yes, my lady. I will wait as you wish.
Lady Beth proceeded to the ship and went aboard. Tiger T turned to the Catdude with puzzlement.
I don't see why she would bring us here only then to change her mind. That alone is reason to trust her.
I learned to trust unicorns with my life. The first lesson I learned about them is that they are honest at the expense of politeness. It can be off-putting to humans the first time around, but you get used to it. If nothing else, it explains why unicorns generally make very ineffectual politicians. This probably has something to do with the crew, seeing as we're not part of the original contract she is now having to renegotiate.
Tiger T nodded his assent and understanding. Presently, Lady Beth returned, and they snapped to attention to receive her next instructions. Chapter 3. Patiently, Tiger T and the Catdude waited as Lady Beth negotiated their passage aboard the ship moored to the causeway. Presently she returned, and the two felines snapped to attention. In her right hand she had 2 stacks of gold coins, 10 in each stack.
Thank you both for waiting. This next part is very important. I'm giving you both 10 gold coins each. When you board, first give 5 coins to the captain, then give 1 coin and 1 coin only to each of the remaining 5 crew members. This is extremely important.
Acknowledging Beth's instructions, Tiger T and the Catdude crossed the gangplank and boarded the vessel. There, they were met by 6 beings. All were of the same race, but one that neither of the 2 cats had ever seen before. The crew averaged a little over a metre in height, were covered in a fairly plush fur coat, and each wore a black thong at his waist. The captain alone wore a coat, the rest were topless. Tiger Tea and the Catdude immediately paid out the captain and his crew precisely as Beth had instructed them. The captain then climbed up to the wheel deck and addressed the felines.
Welcome aboard, gentlemen. I am the captain of Our Lady's ship. I reluctantly agreed to Our Lady's terms because I did not expect additional cargo for this voyage. You and your additional weight will be stored below in the hold with the rest of the crew. Her Ladyship's armor and equipment will be stored in my cabin. Because we have exceeded the ship's tonnage, Our Ladyship will fly above, riding the updraft from this vessel. As a result, we will need to make unscheduled stops for Our Ladyship to rest. I hope you gentlemen will show the utmost respect for Our Ladyship's discomfort, for I am not happy with this arrangement.
Or not cargo, you little fuzzball,
thought Tiger Tea.
Thank you for your willingness to put up with us, Captain. But we accompany Lady Beth not as ballast, but to help ward off danger that may occur along the journey.
Aye, Captain. To the hold with my gear as ordered, but only my gear. Sir, like Tiger T said, we appreciate your willingness to accommodate our presence, and we understand your upset regarding it. But as Tiger T pointed out, we are not here as Lady Beth's luggage. We are here to assist her as a matter of our devotion to her. If the good lady had even the slightest doubt of either of us to be properly respectful of her needs, I really don't think she would have let us come. If you have no further need of me, Captain, I will now take my stuff below to check it in. But in the meantime, I must insist on spending my waking hours up front in the forecastle. Staying in the hold will just give me a bad case of cabin fever, and possessing multispectral vision is of no use in the hold. I don't like being useless. Being a sentry up front is the best use of me at this time. Thank you, Captain.
The Catdude proceeded down to the hold to stash his gear save for the armour he wore, and kept his dagger and multi-tool on his belt. Meanwhile, Tiger T waited his turn while he watched the crew bustle about, preparing the ship for departure, while Beth went into the captain's cabin to shed the armour she wore. The ship gave off a slight creaking as it pulled away from the dock. Beth came out of the cabin and mounted up on the wheel deck. After a brief moment of concentration, her silver bracer glowed, and then wings appeared from her shoulders in an unfurling motion. She then made a light leap and took flight, catching the ship's updraft. The Catdude emerged from the hold onto the main deck. He stood by Tiger T, watching as Lady Beth glided above them.
You know, Tig, it's times like this I wish I had wings. Even in flight, she is magnificent.
Tiger T nodded at the Catdude's comment.
Flying does give you more freedom. On the other part, there's the added need of wing care and preening.
He then went below to store his backpack, while the Catdude proceeded to take station at the ship's bow, taking survey of the space ahead of them. As he did so, he cycled through his visional spectra, shifting every minute or two. Tiger T soon came back up to the main deck and addressed the captain.
With your permission, I would like to keep CD company, Captain, for eyes can see more than two anyway.
Thus did the voyage begin. The ship, which the felines learned was named Ethereal Dawn, gently glided along in a flow of an astral current in this other space they were in. That they could breathe on an open deck meant this other space was not a vacuum. No world was visible below them, yet they had gravity holding them to the deck of the ship. But with most of their view being of a nearby cloud or nebula, mostly blue, with bright highlights of other colours, they just decided to enjoy the view. In time, they felt the ship heaving into a slight turn.
Captain, why are you changing course?
captain's discretion where the safety of the ship, its crew, or cargo are concerned. Your ladyship will need to rest sooner or later. There's a set of sky islands about 4 bells on this course heading. We'll anchor there to allow you to rest and give all able bodies a chance to enjoy a large stash of donuts the crew recently obtained.
Puzzled at the first part of the captain's words, Tiger T turned to the Catdude.
How far, Isabel? How long will we travel to cross the distance?
Fortunately, my dad did a stint in the Navy before he went into private practice. A bell is a unit of time, not distance, specifically a half hour. So 4 bells is 2 hours away. You know when the ship's chronometer rings, hence the term.
Ah, so the bells just mark half hours. You learn something new every day when you travel.
Tiger T and the Catdude, however, were troubled by the second part of what the captain said, given the recent theft of a large cache of donuts at the Crosstime Cafe shortly before their journey had started.
I've a bad feeling about those donuts.
So do I.
At least we are away from the CTC at the moment.
Yes, indeed. Lady Beth's ever stern warnings notwithstanding, I think we're in a safer place.
As the ship's chronometer rang the first of 4 anticipated bells, the Catdude began to feel a bit uneasy.
Hey Tig, I need to go fetch something below deck. I'll be back in 10.
The Catdude went below decks to the hold. 10 minutes later, he returned topside next to Tiger T, holding his rune bag. He pulled out a tray and began arranging various runestone tiles on it, finishing with a selected set of 3 on the ready row at the top. Satisfied, he replaced the assembly back into the bag and then put the bag into a thigh pocket, closing it with both zipper and velcro. Tiger T watched the whole thing with no small amount of curiosity.
They look kind of Nordic. What do they stand for? Or do?
Yes, they are Nordic. Each letter stands for a word of power, and it allows me to wield magic without the need for reagents or spell components. The power flows through individual mana. The technique was developed by the Azerians after Votan sacrificed his left eye in exchange for knowledge and wisdom. As for me, I learned it from the Avatar of Realm Britannia. Seriously, though, please do not read into what I just did. I'm not anticipating any immediate danger, but when things are this calm, I just get extra nervous when I'm in a new realm I haven't been in before. Trained precognition of danger, be it Jedi or Oberonite, depends on feeling the psychic lay of the land. That will take a few days to develop, so we do have a small added layer of vulnerability that will end shortly, so I'm just being extra cautious.
Tiger T nodded his understanding and then looked up at Lady Beth to see how she was doing.
I'm sorry we have caused you such a workout. Are you doing okay up there?
I'm fine, T, thank you. I can see the skyland up ahead. I'll go ahead and wait for you there.
I'm glad to hear you're good, my lady.
Unable to see the sky island through normal vision, the Catdude shifted his vision to ultraviolet, whereby he saw a dark mass in the distance. Shifting his vision to infrared, he was able to make out definite temperature variations.
Yes, definitely 3 bells away at this speed. Very well, my lady, we shall meet you there.
Lady Beth increased her speed, the crew and passengers watching her silhouette grow ever smaller until she was but a speck the size of a grain.
I can't see her anymore, but I think she landed on the far side of it.
I concur. She's likely landed and resting.
Hey, City, do you think we can do something to lose weight? Besides dieting, of course.
The only things I can think of are food and ammo. Hopefully this vessel will stop at some port where it can unload cargo before we get to Lady Beth's destination. Then she can be on the ship as well.
I feel kind of bad that she has to fly all the way for us to come along.
As do I. I do have an idea, but it's not a guarantee. I want to have Lady Beth's opinion before I try it.
Meanwhile, Lady Beth had reached the Sky Island and landed.
Can't let the others see me like this. Especially the little fuzzball. I'll never hear the end of it.
Chapter 4.
All right, gentlemen. The main problem is getting her ladyship aboard while overcoming our weight limitations. Her ladyship will not allow me to throw either of you overboard, so I suggest we stow her armor and a couple crates of my cargo on that Sky Island ahead. We can come back for it after her ladyship has finished her reasons for being here. I don't leave cargo behind for just anyone. Which leaves us with the next problem. As a unicorn, especially a guardian, she will refuse any offer of assistance. However, I suspect in her current state, she's exhausted and unable to continue. Do either of you know where unicorns get their strength? Their unlimited power? Starlight. But there's one other source that will always supercharge a unicorn. Unconditional love. Give freely. Expect nothing in return, and our ladyship will become a force to be reckoned with. Nothing, I repeat nothing, will be able to stop our lady. Do I have your understanding?
Yes, Captain, understood. Oh, by the way, Captain, once we do make anchor, do you mind if Tiger T and I are the first ones ashore? And we will need a blanket or a sheet. And respectfully, Captain, I am not comfortable with the idea of leaving her armor behind, especially if she is facing the potential for aggressive negotiations. I don't like forfeiting any advantage, especially hers. I feel reasonably certain that those little swivel guns on your poop deck aren't just there for decoration. I have an idea for weight, some magic use of mine, but it's an imperfect solution that may cause more problems than it solves. I should get her ladyship's permission before attempting it.
Yes. Yes, you do, Captain. Be assured that we really, really like her and just want her to be secure and healthy, Captain. But that is also why I have agreed with CD. Leaving her armor behind isn't a good idea. I do have my towel with me, CD.
Tiger T reminds the Catdude.
I will give it to her wrapped around herself. Maybe a group hug would do the trick. Just kidding, of course. I know our Lady Beth likes to keep some personal space.
Captain, portside wing stowed, preparing to moor the ship.
Gentlemen, although I admire your concern for our ladyship's dignity, you still forget that she's a unicorn. If someone is starving, do you cover their mouth with a sheet because their teeth offend you? Clothing on a unicorn is certain death.
I think I see what you're trying to tell us. Right. In this case, no towel.
Understood, Captain. No blanket or sheet. I'm still taking her water, though.
I bring some food, but I understand she needs another type of energy to recover.
As the ship's crew brings the ship to anchor, the Catdude fetches a pair of his water bottles. Upon his return to the main deck, he stands to the portside rail to see where Beth is. He then concentrates strongly.
My lady, T and I will be there soon enough. Rest yourself. Recover your strength.
We've offloaded 3 crates, 1 barrel, and your armor, my lady. It's safe for you to board for the rest of the journey. Where are you?
Up here, Captain. That's a lot of weight you've unloaded.
Captain, again, I must protest. I don't like the idea of leaving Our Lady's armor behind. Unicorns are powerful entities, but they are not bulletproof. Much as I wish it, they are not invincible. The scream of a unicorn in the throes of death is something one never forgets. Our Lady is keeping her armor, so to that end...
The Catdude procures 3 boxes.
Now then, Captain, these 3 boxes are half the ammo for my pulse rifle, and this box is half the grenades for the launcher. Please arrange for your crew to put them out with your cargo and retrieve Our Lady's armor. I'm going now to see to Lady Beth's needs.
Before he begins his climb, the Catdude turns back to the captain.
Captain, to answer your example of a starving person, the problem is not that her teeth are offensive, but that they are attractive, possibly to the point of excitement and therefore distraction. I can make any oath to behave myself, but I'm still a male with all the foibles, passions, and temptations. After all, this isn't just any woman.
The Catdude begins his climb up to Lady Beth alongside Tiger T.
One thing doesn't make sense. I understand clothing will hamper a unicorn's ability to absorb starlight energy, but emotional energy as well?
Of all the realms under my guardianship, this one has always been my favorite. It's so beautiful.
My lady, I'm coming up to your position. I'm bringing water. It is beautiful, my lady. Incredibly so. And why not, considering who is the guardian?
Good to see you've been able to rest up a bit.
Oh, thank you, CD. And not just for the water.
You are most welcome, my lady.
Judging from my returning strength, I assume the little fuzzball revealed one of the secrets of the unicorn's source of power.
Oh, the captain? Yes, he has been quite the chatterbox.
Please, cut him some slack, Lady Beth. He's just as concerned for your well-being as we are.
Oh, that's just the nature of ship captains in general.
Thank you too, T. Oh, I'm aware of everyone's true feelings. Did the little fuzzball also tell you that unicorns can see into your heart, your very soul? That's why I knew I could trust the both of you to watch my back. Trust is very important to me.
You flatter us, Lady Beth.
You honor us most graciously, Lady Bethelyn. Thank you.
Tiger T touches his left paw to his heart and bows his head, smiling.
Let's head back to the ship. We still have a long trip ahead of us.
Yes, let us do that.
Let us proceed.
I could always fly down. I know it wasn't easy for either of you to climb up here. I think it would be fair of me to join you both on the way down.
Huh. It was always on the way back down that I realized just how steep the climb path was. Do you have a good grip with your hooves? It may be more safe for you to just glide down ahead and wait the few minutes we'll take to get back to the ship.
I have no objection to you flying down, my lady. Though if I remember correctly, it does cost you some energy to materialize the wings. Rest assured, my lady, this was hardly the most difficult climb for me. I'm glad you brought up flying, my lady. That's something I wanted to discuss with you. Not everyone needs wings to fly. I can use magic to do so, but being high-level magic, the mana cost is considerable. I can fly for about 10 minutes, but then it takes 20 minutes of rest to restore full mana capacity. Also, after 8 hours of continuous magic use, I would need 8 hours of bed rest. Would that rotation be helpful to you? I'm sorry I didn't bring this up sooner. By the time I thought of it, we were underway with procedures established by the captain. In any case, I at least arranged to have the fly spell ready in case of an emergency. Either way, I'm ready to proceed as you wish.
This island responds to people in some way. My experience is that it tries to give one what they focus on. Thus, I got a good view of the surrounding area, and you were easily able to get up here to me. Right now, you, Tiger T, got a good climb. Right now, though, we need to get down to the ship, and fast. Just focus on that, and you should be able to return there without much problem. Let's go.
Before the trio can begin, Lady Beth suddenly stops and whirls around. The cats follow. Off in the distance, they all can see a tiny but definite ball of light, glowing with a baleful red glow that makes them all uncomfortable, as it wasn't there a moment earlier.
And so it begins.
Now that is strange. Where'd this strange light come from? Is it growing? Guys, We might have a slight problem here.
Yes, it is. You'll get no argument from me, Tig. I've got a bad feeling about this. My lady, as soon as we get down to where the ship is moored, I wonder if that would not be a good time to test Mr. McClaw's transceiver device, just to be sure it will work here.
Lady Beth sends the felines to begin their descent down to the ship, while she lingers behind to study this intrusive light. Chapter 5. The cats have all but completed their descent to the ship. Preparations for boarding and embarkation are almost complete. Way above, Lady Beth is visibly preparing to fly back down to the ship.
Captain, the port side wing is deployed. She is ready, by your command.
Gentlemen, the two of you are responsible for ensuring her ladyship come aboard. All crew members, prepare for quick departure.
Aye, Captain. To the lady I attend. And Captain, please confirm the retrieval of her ladyship's armor as I requested. A pity we don't have time to test McClaw's transceiver. I hate the thought of leaving military-grade ammo just sitting there for anyone to pick up, but life happens. My lady, at your pleasure, it would appear the ship is ready to receive you.
I acknowledge your concern, sir. Maybe you should trust the lady's decision as much as she has placed her trust in you. Do not underestimate her ladyship. She's been taking care of this system for centuries. She knows what she's doing. Give her your trust, and she will be even stronger.
Aye, Captain. If I seem overworried, it's because I have seen unicorns die. That memory will never leave me anytime soon. And I do trust Our Lady. I just fear what could happen if I screw up. Time to receive her aboard.
The Catdude steps across the deck to make room.
Welcome aboard, my lady.
Captain, we need to leave now. We do not have time, nor do I need my armor.
You heard her, boy. It's time to get underway.
Aye, aye, Captain.
So be it, my lady. I guess it really isn't likely some kids are going to get a hold of that ammo I left behind.
The Catdude takes a seat at the starboard quarterdeck ladder. He overhears the helmsman. Please forgive me, my lady, but you're making me nervous.
Nervous, my good helmsman? My guts were tumbling like a washing machine the first time I saw her at the cafe. Thank the blessed light that Flo was there to keep me centered.
That's not helping.
Belay your belly aching. Do you have any idea how many of us would trade places with you?
A little perspective, my good helmsman. Long before I pledged to Our Lady lies a legion of others who did so before me, all of whom pledged and swore their utmost dedication to Our Lady. With but only one exception, all of them have failed. Their shameful ranks I would avoid, but for now the tale is still unwrit. I am for now naught but unrealized potential for Our Lady, and only the tale's end will tell if I acquit properly to Our Lady. Blessed light, let it be so. So know this. If it be said that I was half as useful to Our Lady as you currently are, then I can call it a life well lived. My lady, do you wish me to remain on alert status, or is it a time that you judge proper for me to eat and sleep?
This would be a good time for you both to relax. Go ahead and get something to eat. Sleep while you have the chance. We're moving the ship to a better strategic position.
Very good, my lady.
Might as well get comfy. If no one has any objections, I'll fetch a donut or two and sit on a warm spot on deck. Do you want a donut too? I don't know why, but they've got some triple glazed oat bran donuts with rainbow-colored flowered sheep sprinkles on them down there.
T, if you could make sure to save an old-fashioned or two for me, that would be much appreciated. Chacos or glazed are both fine. I'm not picky.
With his right hand on his left chest, the Catdude taps out a sequence. Then he speaks.
Disengage vest from trousers. Loosen both for undressing.
Visibly, his vest separates from his trousers and they both loosen up. The Catdude unties his boots and kicks them off, dropping them to the main deck. Hopping down to the main deck, the Catdude shakes his hips, causing his trousers to fall to his ankles. Stepping out of them, he begins to shimmy out of his vest.
Rat should have asked T for help. Too late now. At least it appears the crew won't look down on me for walking around in skivvies.
Getting his vest off, the Catdude gathers up his armour and boots, hangs his rune bag and dagger about his neck, and prepares to stow his gear.
Oh, Captain, assuming those swivel guns on your quarterdeck aren't for decoration, I can procure a pair of M2 Browning 50s to replace them. Hopefully, they would significantly enhance your security posture to your liking.
Meanwhile, Lady Beth continues her attentions to the helmsman's ears.
Now, where was I? Oh, I remember.
Captain, she's touching me again.
Don't make me turn this ship around.
Sorry there, Mr. Helmsman, but I think your quest for sympathy is a futile one. While I would happily volunteer to take your place, I don't think our Damn it, you fool! Keep your center. Focus. In the proper center, there is no passion. There is only peace. Duty abets peace. Focus aids duty.
I'll let you continue to touch me, but only if you let me touch you where I choose. A small clumping sound is made as the Catdude drops his armour and boots to the deck. Fighting to keep his hands from shaking, he picks them up and waits for Tiger T to come up on deck.
I'm sorry. That was very rude of me. I will not ever touch you again.
The Catdude stands quietly trying to diffuse his anger when salvation arrives in the form of Tiger T, carrying a basket with donuts for himself and for the Catdude.
Thanks, T. I really needed this. Really couldn't be up here fast enough.
The Catdude gathers his donuts and then leans into Tiger T's ear.
Tig, I need a distraction of the captain and the crew while I speak to the helmsman. I need you to stand near the bow and sing or hum something. Anything. The Deutschlandlied will suffice. I'll explain later.
I trust you, but you don't know what you're asking. I'm not the best singer.
Standing in the bow of the ship, Tiger T slowly starts humming a melody, and then, desperately trying to remember the right lyrics, sings an old folk song from home. It is not long before he feels minds and voices of felines elsewhere sending him aid and energy for his performance, and realizes the security chief of the Crosstime Cafe, Tora Kiyoshi, has been following them by some manner of remote viewing and has called upon feline magic to aid him in his singing.
Help me pop up bully in the alley, bully in a ship called Alley. I had a girl, her name was Sally. Hey, hey, bully in the alley. All that she did was dilly-dally, bully in a ship called Alley. Help me pop up bully in the alley, bully in a ship called Alley. Help me pop up bully in the alley, way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me pop up bully in the alley, bully in a ship called Alley.
As Tiger T distracts the crew, the Catdude cups his mouth to focus his voice solely to the helmsman's ear.
Helmsman, I know you can hear me. No need to involve the others. I admit that, given my love for the lady, I'm not unbiased, but I must say what I'm telling you. I will concede that she was a bit aggressive in her playfulness, but you know she had no malice in her heart. How you phrased that retort to her was far more aggressive than needed. You had no cause or need to make her feel that badly. I'm taking a chance you do have the compassion and the courage to apologize for making her unnecessarily sad. Know this, She will keep that promise. If you lack the compassion and the courage I ask of you, you will deserve for her promise to be kept. That is all.
The Catdude turns away. He signals Tiger T that his purpose is accomplished and goes below deck. 10 minutes later, he emerges wearing his backpack, carrying a coil of rope from the ship's hold and finishing the last of his donuts.
Captain, I hope you don't mind my borrowing one of your coils for a bed.
He turns to Tiger T.
My good sir, shall we resume our watch from the bow?
The Catdude climbs back upon the bow forecastle and drops the rope coil and his backpack. He shuffles the coil into a bedding nest against the wall of the bow and places the backpack where his head will lay. He sits on the bedding and waits for Tiger T to join him, which he soon does.
So, CD, did the distraction work? Were you successful with what you planned?
I hope so, T. I hope so.
The Catdude explains what happened between Lady Beth and the helmsman while they finish their donuts.
Whether the helmsman apologizes to Beth, I guess time will tell. Good sleep to you, Tig.
Tiger T sits comfortably as he leans back, thoughtfully looking into the distance, contemplating what he was just told.
Yeah, time will tell. Sleep well. And to the rest of you out there.
The two cats proceed to pass off to sleep, though the Catdude's sleep is fitful. He clearly was not slipping into slumber easily. Meanwhile, the captain approached Lady Beth on the ship's bridge.
Your Royal Highness, you should get some rest yourself. You don't look so good.
Please, do not address me by that title.
Sorry, ma'am. I guess I'll never understand your reluctance in being addressed so.
That position, that title was a long time ago. Besides, I don't want the other two to know.
Please, I insist you use my quarters to get some rest.
Entering the captain's quarters, Lady Beth makes a pleasant discovery.
Blue nectar? How did they ever figure out that was my favorite drink? Even more than coffee.
Outside, the helmsman begins to sing an old sailor shanty. We will sail together, and the sky will hear our call. We will raise our voices, and she will remember forever. We will dance through the sky with the stars shining down to guide us, to lead us. Under the stars we shall be one, as one mind, as one soul.
Captain, what is that song the helmsman is singing?
It's an old song to our ladyship. He sings to show his respect. I suspect it is his way of apologizing.
Lady Beth falls easily into a peaceful slumber. Though he knows not why, the Catdude finally also slips into a restful and peaceful sleep. Chapter 6.
Captain, we have a problem.
Explain.
We have no food for her ladyship's special diet.
We had provisions. What happened?
In our hurry to depart, we had our ladyship's supplies in one of the crates that we left on the floating island.
What do we have?
Salted pork, beef jerky, salted sardines, anchovies, 10 cases of hardtack, and 2 casks of brandy.
Well, boys, unless we want a really grumpy demigoddess on board, we're taking a detour to the nearest port. Helmsman, Set course to Gorda Dome.
In later years, under extremely rare instances of sufficient influence of magical ethanol, the Catdude would mutter about a voyage taken aboard a ship crewed by the Three Stooges, commanded by a skipper who couldn't decide if he was Captain Kangaroo or Buster Keaton. While it was never explained to others, Tiger T or Lady Beth would only need but smile and gently pat him on the shoulder. All would be silence.
Since our ladyship is a plant eater, we could soak some of the hardtack in brandy and offer it as dessert.
So, instead of having a grumpy demi-goddess, we'll have a drunken starfire-wielding female wandering around a highly flammable balloon ship.
Oh, didn't think of that. That's why you're the captain.
Bosun, whack that fuzzballs, Winky.
Ow! By the goddess's giant bahungas, that hurt!
Bosun, whack him again for that blasphemy.
Tiger T, having awoken just at the start of the conversation and walking over to see what was the matter, arrived just in time to see the first administration of punishment on the hapless crewman, who was apparently the ship's supply master as well.
Ouch! Oh, that looked painful. I hope your poor fellow really deserved this. Sorry, Captain. I don't wish to intrude on your management style, but are you really sure this violence is necessary? What are you arguing about, anyway?
The Catdude is jerked awake by a commotion and a scream. Looking about, he sees no sign the ship is under attack or threat. He then notices a crewman cringing in pain before the bosun and Tiger T accosting the captain.
A discipline case this soon? That can't be good. My captain, if my sleep must be interrupted, so be it, but I'm going to worry over her sleep being interrupted. How long have I been asleep anyway?
Gentlemen, although this may look like a cargo ship, appearances can be deceiving. Do not presume too much. What I do or do not is ultimately my decision as captain of this ship.
It is for you to decide, true, Captain. No disrespect. I was just wondering if it was really needed in this case, Captain.
Fair enough, Captain, but that still doesn't tell me how long I have slept.
The captain pays no further attention to his feline passengers, but instead proceeds straight to his cabin to check on Lady Beth, while muttering that he isn't a clock and the cats can look it up for themselves. Tiger T shakes his head.
Oh, what a Mr. Grumpy Pants.
He turns back to the Catdude.
I guess it was 7 hours? I typically tend to sleep around 6 hours, and you kept snoozing for about an hour when I woke up.
Well, Tig, this seems as good a time as any to see if my sensory acuity has improved any. Let's see now.
A vision begins to appear in the Catdude's mind.
Oh, what I wouldn't give for a good cup of coffee and a bagel. Hope they have the supplies I ordered for this trip.
Well, she seems to have had a good rest. That is excellent. But the news at hand?
I trust you had a pleasant nap. I have a situation report that concerns your ladyship.
Spin it any way you wish, Captain. I don't think she's going to be happy.
My most sincere apology, milady. I am ultimately responsible for the loss of your provisions when the ship departed the Sky Island. I have ordered the ship to proceed to Gorda Dome for fresh supplies.
Tiger T looks at meditating CD and wonders what he's mumbling.
What are you up to, CD?
He notices that Catdude's ears are focused towards the captain's quarters.
I hope you're not eavesdropping on a private conversation or something. That would be very impolite.
Captain, although I appreciate your intentions are honorable, do you really think it's wise for me to make an appearance in Gorda Dome? Not only would the stop for supplies, just for me, slow us down, if the populace found out I was on board the ship, will have a very difficult time being allowed to leave.
But, my lady, I'm under strict orders from the Imperial Council to keep you safe.
And, as an honorary member of the Imperial Court, I overrule the Council and countermand your orders. We will continue to our ultimate destination.
I hear and obey, Your Highness.
Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! Holy light of the blessed realm, give me now the strength of the lion for what lies ahead. Tig must be told what probably lies ahead for us.
It'll be all right, Captain. The Imperial Military Council would never have made you captain of this unique ship if they didn't trust you.
She's in a generous mood. Excellent. That bodes well. Besides, she forgave me for a far worse failure. She's right. It is time for me to let go of that guilt.
Snapping out of his reverie, the Catdude turns to Tiger T.
Tig, she's awake and coming out. I sense she has a matter to attend to before us, so we have a minute or two alone. There's something I need to share with you.
As Lady Beth emerges from the captain's cabin, the felines move off to the side while Beth goes over to address the crewman in charge of supplies.
Were you responsible for leaving my supplies in the crate that we left behind on Sky Island?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry. You shouldn't have been punished. It wasn't your fault. The fault was mine. I ordered us to leave immediately. I didn't give you enough time.
While Lady Beth comforts the crewman in question, the felines are in discussion of what the Catdude had seen in his recent meditation.
T, remember what Beth said about the danger of this journey and she could not guarantee our safety? When a person of her station says that, it means there are larger forces at work. Significantly larger forces. Something big is going down. It's probably too late for you to go home or someplace safe, and there is a chance this wasn't a choice or coincidence to be avoided. Naturally, there is no choice for me in such matters.
Well, I, for myself, decided to follow her when I stepped through that portal, and I can be stubborn.
And who knows? Like Sam Gamgee, you are likely to be the one member of this party we couldn't succeed without. These adventures take funny turns that way. But when she's done giving this crewman clemency, I think we should ask her just where we're going and why, mainly for your benefit, as I will follow her regardless, to do as she needs of me. Then we should ready ourselves to the task ahead. As to the intrusion I just committed, I will bear to her judgment and beseech her forgiveness. Ultimately, I do need to know how my perceptions will function in this realm. Lives may depend on it.
I agree, and what it would be nice to have a better picture of where we're heading, and why. Just don't start wearing any precious jewelry. I don't want to have to lug you up any active volcanoes.
No worries there. I was never into bling. Better yet, the one positive side of any combat we see means my load should get lighter as I expend ammo. One thing about the hazards we possibly face, we stand a good opportunity to earn a Ritter Valkyren. So that's one potential benefit of this journey. The other being we'll not likely forget this if we survive.
Thank you, Princess. I love you.
It's good to see they could sort this out.
Indeed it is.
Shh. Don't tell the others. I need to go below to change my loincloth.
The crewman hurries off to tend to other matters, leaving Lady Beth alone with the felines.
I guess he got a bit shy.
Catdude and Tiger T walk over to Lady Beth.
Good morning, sunshine. May we have a bit of your time?
Yes, gentlemen. Is there something troubling you?
We're just wondering where we're headed right now, and what is our goal? Well, mainly your goal, as we came along to help you out, so I guess that's CD's and my goal. And I guess I don't make terribly much sense here and start rambling a bit, and yeah, I guess my question is, what do you hope to accomplish here with this journey? I mean, it's okay. I have no problem just tagging along, but I think it would be easier for us to help if we knew what it is we're trying to do.
The Catdude bows his head.
You're right, my lady. We perceive this quest of yours as more than a simple expedition. Indeed, such that the participation of Tig and I may not be as coincidental as we thought. We feel the time will draw near when our service to you requires knowledge in order to be effective. And I must be truthful to her and take what's coming. My lady, there's something else.
The Catdude takes a knee into the posture of a vassal of the Unicorn Court.
My lady, earlier I was testing my perceptual range and thought to check on your welfare at the same time. As a result, I oversaw and heard your conversation with the captain, which I'm sure was privileged. Regardless of whether or not there was no harm done, it was inappropriate of me to eavesdrop. I therefore submit myself to your judgment, your mercy, and to the penance you prescribe.
Your discovery isn't what disappoints me most. It's the manner in which you found out. I can forgive your trespass, but you will need to regain my trust. For now, you address me as milady or ma'am. Do you understand?
The Catdude descends to both knees and puts forth his hands, palms up, in posture of royal submission.
Yes, my lady, I understand. Fully and completely. Again, I apologize for the trespass, and I am grateful for your clemency. I pray not to fail you like this ever again. My lady, is there anything else you would wish or command of me?
We may have to use your ability to overhear matters of importance.
Very good, ma'am. Though I would point out it is always my intent that any conversations hostile or unfriendly to you will be subject to, well, enhanced scrutiny. Then again, I will try to restrain my protectiveness of you to prevent future trespass. Either way, my lady, I am glad to be more than just walking artillery for you. And I would think my liege has given you the capacity to shut me off if the need arose. After all, Florence isn't here to protest such an action.
Would you please stop kneeling before me? It makes me uncomfortable. I know you mean well and you wish me no harm, but you need to exercise more caution. Your actions are revealing what I'd rather others not know.
Yes, my lady.
He rises to his feet.
Half a lifetime ago since I last did such a thing, ma'am. I'm surprised I still remember it. Ma'am, is it your wish that we set aside all protocols of the court, aside from manner or address?
Lady Beth says nothing, but merely nods her head.
Perhaps my lady feels this may be too early to discuss the nature of the quest. My concern is for Tiger T's welfare. I don't know what his experience is with these matters, and I don't wish him to come to harm if this is his first time on a quest like this. Tig, please forgive me if I come off condescending. Such is not my intent, but when one loses apprentices, one gets a little more apprehensive over such matters. There are few things sadder than to lose a young novitiate on his first quest.
Well, thanks for your concern, CD. But I'd rather know at least a little of what's going on than to have to take a wild guess at a problem, when I need to decide on what to do in a given situation.
The tiger takes a slight bow to Lady Beth, checking himself over her earlier admonition.
Of course, this is your decision to share or keep information as you see fit.
Lady Beth silently strides over to the ship's rail and waves the two felines over.
Gentlemen, attend to me. One of the things I learned from my countless years of experience, most being don't believe in me, I'm not taken seriously because unicorns should not exist in realms where science and technology rule. Your packs are full of technology. What do you believe when you look upon the scene in front of you?
I believe it to be a strange, curious, and beautiful view. Whether or not it is a dangerous place to be in shall be revealed as time advances. I may come from a rather tech-sided reality, but I do make an effort to try and keep an open mind, especially when I travel. As for technology and magic themselves, either might be a great tool. But it is a sound mind and a caring and calm heart that will keep you safe and whole. I believe in my friends, so why wouldn't I believe in either of you or White Pony?
Tiger T calmly turns back to the railing and continues watching the ship move through the stellar sea, musing.
Ha! I just can't help myself trying to grok my surroundings. It is a part of me to remain curious, so please forgive my quest.
My lady, I believe in light. I believe in wonder. I believe in hope. And I believe in love. And I believe we are on a journey of no small importance. Yes, my lady, unicorns don't readily exist in realms mechanista. Neither do dragons, goblins, or ogres. Trolls? Maybe. It depends on your interpretation. But by the same token, Vorlons, Daleks, and the Borg are largely unknown in realms mystica, and when I speak of such before elves and dwarves, they look upon me as if I'd been smoking Black Lotus.
He pauses, reflecting back on an earlier conversation he had with Lady Beth at the Crosstime Cafe.
It is true, my lady. My pack carries technology, yet on my person, I carry implements of magic. This dagger, given to me by a halfling goddess for defending her people, and this rune bag, given to me by the avatar of Britannia Caesaria, allows me to wield magic without needing reagents. My lady, I mean no impertinence by what I'm about to say, but your own armor clearly shows signs of nanotech. You carry a pair of what appear to be Colt 1911s, and you have been seen wielding an assault rifle analogous to, at minimum, late 21st century Earth tech, if not later. I did ask you about that back in the cafe, my lady. Do you remember your answer? It was how your survival was made possible by being adaptable. I did not tell you what I thought of your answer, but I will now. I was pleased because it validated how I had survived as long as I did, by not being fixed to either way, but by being flexible. And the times I've been able to bring one response from one realm to another, quite handy at times, scattering an orc horde with a minigun. The look on an ogre's face when he realizes his armor may as well be cardboard when faced with a lightsaber. And Daleks, when they discover that for all the technological terrors they construct, the power to destroy a planet is insignificant compared to the Force.
The Catdude's head droops. He begins to feel sad.
My lady, have I said or done something to make you feel that I don't believe in you or take you seriously? My dear lady, how do I comfort thee? How do I console thee? Great lords of light and love, I plead for thy guidance and counsel.
As he awaits, he sees a face he remembers from a memory long past and yet to come. He knows then that she does not seek to receive comfort and consolation, but rather to give them.
You see, young ones, she had eyes that pierced me to the core, and thus did I feel and know the truth of her. I felt her love and her compassion, and I felt her pain and her sorrow. That day I actually felt true love, not the immature hormonal puppy love of a teenager, but the love of a man for a woman, plain and simple. The next day, I became me.
Homilies of the Catdude. Chapter 7. Lady Beth explains her history in this realm and her current reason for being there.
Age ago, this realm was one of my first to protect as a guardian. Due to my inexperience, I had made several wrong judgments that cost the lives of many of the inhabitants of this realm. In time, I was able to right the many wrongs I had caused, and through it all, they never blamed me for my earlier failures. They see me as a hero, a warrior princess that saved their realm. I do not deserve the title or the praise. The reason I am here, this mission, is to check the condition of the barrier breach.
Tiger T winces at the mention of the losses.
Hindsight is 20/20, as they say. But I'm sure you acted to the best of your knowledge and abilities back then. While it is regrettable that those lives were lost, I think the rest of them are right to see you as the one that saved them. You did so not by giving up, not by running away from it, but staying and working hard, mending your earlier inexperience's consequences.
As the Catdude hears her words and sees the grief written on her face, his heart aches all the more for her sadness. Yet he fights down the urge to take her hands and give her a comforting embrace, for he remembers the law. One must never touch a unicorn without permission. He can only trust to his spoken word to bring comfort to her.
But am I good enough? My lady, there are few things as painful as an error of youth and inexperience that results in fatalities to others. But T is right. You didn't run away or fix blame on others. You stayed, took responsibility, and fixed it. So the people are right to hold you up as they do. And it does do you credit that you don't let it go to your head. I suppose Lord Ipan gave you the same speech as he gave me and my squad mates the day we were inducted into the Corps of Paladin Cavaliers, the one about never letting hero worship go to your head, even if you deserve it, for such pride will get you killed, or worse, others around you will die. My lady, I too know the pain of such a mistake, but unlike you, I never got to fix it. I was still an untrained youth, and others had to step up to fix it. They were adults, trained and experienced. They had to put in the effort and pay the price. All I could do was watch while I trained, learned, and practiced and prepared. It still stings. My lady, when I first came to the cafe and met you in the dining hall, you gave me your forgiveness for failing to rescue from enslavement to that miserable minstrel. You also asked me to forgive myself, and so I shall. I embrace wholeheartedly and without reservation the forgiveness you gave me then. Thusly, my lady, I plead for you to accept the forgiveness these people have clearly extended to you. My lady, please forgive yourself.
The Catdude looks out upon the expanse before them.
A breach, you say? I'm all too familiar with breaches. Especially the one that turned me into the sad, sorry mutant who stands before you, my lady. One that I helped to cause.
Turning back to face his lady.
My lady, I have heard enough. If it causes you pain to speak any further of this, then please cease to discomfort yourself on my account. My lady, let's go fix this breach.
Beyond the barrier, there exists another culture that believes they have the right of exploration in the name of science and discovery, when it was obvious their true nature was only for exploitation. They would not listen to my warnings to withdraw from this realm. They believed only in what they conceived as real and ignored me as an inconsequential entity that did not follow their principles of logic. They soon learned their lesson. Just because you don't believe in something doesn't mean it does not exist.
Indeed so, my lady. A lesson too often learned the hard way, such as a group of middle school boys toying around with a book of black magic. Forget walking away. I should have burned that copy of the Necronomicon before we read it. This culture, my lady, their beliefs sound much like what C.S. Lewis described in That Hideous Strength.
The Catdude pauses, reflects, and gathers himself for the next question.
My lady, are we dealing with humans?
No, CD. But beings that have run a similar course of development, though along more sinister lines than humans. Over my long life, I've discovered that beings that rely on technology wear blinders, so dependent on it that they do not see the true reality surrounding them. And the saddest part of their narrow-mindedness is refusing to believe their own instruments, so caught up in their superiority that they dismiss their findings as an error in their equipment, because they can't be wrong.
Keeping an open mind, I think the answer lies in honest observance. When we open our eyes and look, we'll see that the world will usually tend towards an equilibrium, not extremes. If their culture still exists, they're fortunate. Ignorance can be very dangerous.
No matter the circumstance, the true power of nature will always be superior.
The folks on board the Titanic discovered that in short order. I also remember hearing a story in my childhood of a hurricane-proof building in the land of Florida. The first hurricane to hit it, well, the next morning the foundation was all that remained. The tech-dependent, sad, soulless creatures who see too little of the greater reality. Just as sad as the magic-dependent who see too much. Both thinking that they are or can become gods.
As you may or may not know, I am half unicorn and half human, knowledgeable of both the magic of nature and technology. For the longest time, I worried about regaining my immortality as a true unicorn again. But then I realized, how long is half of eternity? There is no real measure. So I never really lost it, but gained far more experience in both worlds of magic and technology.
Lo, White Pony did explain some things to me back when I first came to the cafe. My dear lady, I don't think you're any less a true unicorn for walking on 2 feet and having hands. I know, the alicorn. A time will come for its restoration.
As happy as I am to hear you don't have to worry about dying of age. Getting fatally hurt is nonetheless a dangerous possibility. Please be careful, Lady Beth. As Florence once remarked, the boundary of tech and magic blur when you don't grok them. Do not worry, Lady Beth. We will be there to help and protect you.
Finishing her conversation with the felines, Lady Beth turns to the ship's bosun, who is in charge while the captain sleeps.
When the captain wakes up, tell him I went ahead and did a little reconnaissance.
Yes, ma'am.
My lady, by your leave, I shall resume my watch at the forecastle. Though perhaps a spell at the quarterdeck might first be advisable to be sure nobody has been following us. I should probably ask the captain if he could spare a telescope or binoculars as well.
Good luck. Break a wing, Lady Beth.
He looks at Catdude.
Is that the right thing to say?
May fortune bless you with a fair wind under your wings, my lady.
He gives Tiger Tea a smile and a wink. As she departs on her recon flight, the Catdude prepares for the day. He leaves his armor off, but equips his blaster pistol, the long-toothed dagger, and his rune bag. His final measure is to have a fly spell at the ready in case she needs help, pulls out the boxes of ammunition, and sets about loading the 3 magazines, each a double drum holding 100 rounds. Once he sees how it is done, Tiger Tea begins to assist the process.
Fly well, my lady. May the light of the blessed realm illuminate thy way.
Chapter 8. Lady Beth leaves the ship, allegedly to conduct a reconnaissance, but her thoughts to herself betray a different purpose altogether.
I feel badly, but it's safer for them both to remain on the ship, especially for T. I'm frightened he may not survive out here.
Back on the ship, the felines, having loaded bullets into magazines and grenades into a bandolier, resume their posts on the forecastle at the ship's front, staying out of the way of the crew. After performing initial scans of their immediate area on the physical spectrum, the Catdude assumes a sitting meditation position and begins to reach out with his mind. As there was not much else Tiger T could do at the moment, while waiting for Lady Beth's return, he sat down near Catdude and watched him. Time slowly crawled by, and the Catdude just calmly sat there. Sensing Tiger T, he speaks without breaking posture.
Sorry I'm not better company while in this state. I do have to maintain stillness.
Slowly, a few dust-sized floaty particles lazily wafted in the air around him and shimmered kind of bluish in the light. They seemed to move with his breath. Tiger T tries to catch one, but it seems to avoid his paw every time. A smile forms on the Catdude's face, again his posture still unbroken.
Having fun? So many mothers back on my Earth wish their kids could self-actualize as we can. So few do. The rest are reliant on electronic diversion.
Tiger T holds out his paw now in perfect stillness, just letting it settle. One floats down into his palm and lands. Then it gradually turns orange.
Interesting.
As Tiger T smiles, another one floats near and joins the first one, also starting to change colour. More soon follow.
The magic of this place is quite palpable. It overwhelmed my senses at first, but...
The Catdude noticeably cants his head to the direction Lady Beth flew off in, as his speech momentarily halts. Elsewhere, Lady Beth has stopped in place and holds her position, while the Catdude observes remotely through his clairvoyance.
Where are you? I know you're here.
Tig, I think Our Lady is about to make contact with the enemy. I must concentrate now to keep focus. Perhaps the crew should be made ready for action. Light of the Blessed Realm, strengthen and protect her.
Huh? Are you sure? Okay, I'll go tell the captain.
As he continues his meditational watch.
There you are. A total of 5, and much larger.
5 vessels, definitely technological. Not sensing any kind of spell jamming or any other flight magic that I know of. My lady, I wish you had told me more about them. Nothing I can do at this point but wait and watch.
Tiger T emerges from the captain's quarters, having informed him of developments.
Hey, CD, I'm back. When I told the captain about your observations, he came out with me and will stay in hearing range for any news. He gave an order for the whole crew to be ready for any alert signals.
Posture unchanged, the Catdude calls out to Tiger T.
T, quick update. Contact has been made. No hostilities. Yet. Whoever you are, choose your actions wisely. If you attack my lady, she will not be the only foe you face.
It is not long before the intruders make known their intentions. The Catdude stiffens slightly as he feels a tingling on his forehead in the pineal area.
Yes, my lady, I am ready to receive.
CD, please inform the captain that negotiations have failed. Please turn the ship around and leave quickly before I unleash Starfire.
Yes, my lady.
Breaking from his trance, the Catdude springs straight up.
Diva Fun! Leg on!
Seeing the crew stare at him, with only Tiger T recognizing what he just said, the Catdude settles himself down quickly.
As you were, all crew to arms. Captain, I recommend standing the ship to general quarters. Hostilities have commenced, and Our Lady has now commanded that we reverse course. She is about to engage Starfire Majory. Negotiations have failed, though I had a feeling they were going to be brief. As in, non-existent. As for Our Lady, she left us 2 bells ago on a course approximately 80 degrees azimuth, declination minus 15 degrees, at a speed I estimate of 15 to 20 knots. Helmsman, by her direct command to me, you are to assume the opposite heading away for the safety of the ship and crew. That is all I have to report, Captain.
Grabbing his backpack, the Catdude leaps down to the main deck and begins pulling out his equipment. First, he dons his armor and activates it. He loads a power pack into his blaster pistol, holsters and puts the other 4 into pouches on his belt. His lightsaber and long-toothed dagger are also hilted from his belt. Finally, he assembles his pulse rifle. Taking a pause, he looks up at Tiger T.
We shouldn't assume the enemy will be so focused on Lady Beth alone, such that they won't throw a diversionary attack our way, fighters or boarding skiffs. I'll do my best to keep them away from us, but seriously, Tig, I think your skills with wood and rope are going to be needed much more than me if that happens. I didn't recognize the nationality of the vessels, though the architecture is standard arrowhead or narrow wedge construction, no bigger than a Federation frigate or a destroyer. From the weapons fire, I sense no phase shift, so they aren't phasers, just lasers or masers. Level 2 shielding. If I'd been able to bring the Orion... No use playing that game. What concerns me is that Starfleet is easily 4 tech levels above these guys, at least as I sensed it. But Starfleet has no capacity for going exodimensional. It will be easily 800 to 1100 years before they develop it, and they will still be much too preoccupied to even attempt this level of incursion. So these invaders have somehow developed transit tech almost equal to Gallifrey, or they're getting help. It doesn't make sense, T. Even the Time Lords are generally loath to breach dimensional walls. And why such an aggressive incursion? I think there may be more to this. If I could just get on board one of those ships and interrogate... No, that's so unlikely. Enough of my windbagging. Sorry to carry on so much.
Interesting. Though in the future the correct phrasing is Zudenwaffen.
Duly noted.
The Catdude locks one magazine into his rifle and puts the other 2 into side pockets of his trousers. With feline grace, the Catdude leaps from the main deck to the poop deck, fixing his attention to the stern side. There he finishes his preparations, loading grenades into the rifle's underslung launcher. Meanwhile, while a crewman brings a toolbox and a carpenter's apron to Tiger T, he then joins the Catdude on the poop deck, both of them staring out into the space behind them.
Now comes the hard part. Waiting.
Don't worry. I'm sure Beth can handle whatever will come her way. We'll just have to keep up our faith in her.
I take it this is your first time seeing Starfire Majory on this level? Prepare to be impressed.
Ooh. Does this mean we'll need suntan and shade? Or what?
Funny you should ask. I never actually thought of it. My fellow riders and I would just cast protection from energy and enjoy the show. Seeing Lord Ipan blow an enemy fortress to rubble is breathtaking, and the unicorns we rode were no slouches with magic either. But I think we're far enough. Your fur should prevent the equivalent of sunburn, and if it gets too bright, just cover your eyes. Wait, she's doing it!
Sir, we just lost our entire fleet.
As everyone on the ship watches from afar, seeing the glow of erupting ships.
That Tiger T is the power of Starfire Majory. Thus you might understand why I never tried it after one classroom exercise at a college of magic. Well, that and Wilde Magique. The first involved power that I didn't wish to be responsible for, and the second by its nature, pure chaos unleashed. And this is where you turn around and flee, invader. Flee and never return. Still, this doesn't mean we're safe.
The meaning of Catdude's last warning soon becomes clear enough. As everyone tries to locate the exact direction the Catdude described, they notice a growing ball of bright whiteness from behind them. The expanding sphere reaches, engulfs, and pulverizes several dark, somewhat angular ships, which they had only just noticed as they became backlit by the brightness in their midst. The little nova keeps on growing, and the crew is soon trying to seek cover, some behind the main mast, others under the ladders to the upper decks, all while the ship's captain is clanging the bell for a collision alert. Tiger T grabs the ship's wheel, as do the helmsman and captain. To their astonishment, the Catdude remains standing in place, making no effort to find shelter. Meanwhile, the lanterns at the back of the ship begin to emit a bright glow as a magical shield forms at the rear of the ship.
That shield won't hold long enough against that blast. I'll have to augment it.
Slinging his rifle over his shoulder, he instinctively starts to reach for his rune bag, but then he quickly changes his mind.
Idiot! Starfire Majory is deep magic. I must respond accordingly.
He puts forth his hands toward the lanterns and begins cantering.
From the land beyond beyond, from the land past hope and fear, great guardians of the light, I plead thee, lend me your ear. Here within this time and space, in this fateful hour, I place heaven with all its power, and the sun with its brightness, and the snow with its whiteness, and the fire with all the strength it hath, and the lightning with its rapid wrath, and the wind with its swiftness along its path, and the sea with its deepness, and the rocks with their steepness, and the earth with its starkness. All these I place, by the Creator's almighty help and grace, between us and the powers of darkness.
Energy radiates from the Catdude's hands towards the lanterns. As they glow brighter, so does the shield, and none too soon, as the corona reaches the shield and it slowly bends around it, deflecting the light outwards, shaped like a torch flame. Everyone can feel the ship groan and creak beneath them as they are pushed forward with increasing speed. The Catdude bellows a mighty roar as he struggles to keep the shield intact. As his knees and elbows begin to buckle under the strain, it is then that a distant memory of Cafe Security Chief Tora Kayoshi faintly echoes into the minds of Catdude and Tiger T. With Bethlin in this fateful hour, I place all heaven with its power, and the sun with its brightness, and the snow with its whiteness, and the fire with all the strength it hath, and the lightning with its rapid wrath, and the wind with its swiftness along its path, and the sea with its deepness, and the rocks with their steepness, and the earth with its darkness. All these I place by God's almighty help and grace between myself and the powers of darkness. With a smile, the Catdude steadies his limbs and holds his posture with renewed vigour. Everyone else finds themselves standing there, marvelling at this immense power that was released not far behind them. By now, small pieces of debris start to hit the shield and burst into smaller pieces as they are repelled by it. When the ship is safe, the Catdude slumps down to his knees, his legs like rubber. Without surprise, he notes that his hearing is half deafened, his nose is bleeding profusely, pain everywhere, and at migraine level in his head, and he had difficulty keeping his eyes aligned. He lies back against the stern wall.
The pain is the flesh, the wound is the flesh, but I am more than the flesh, I am also the spirit. The flesh must obey the spirit, for the flesh is transient, and the spirit is eternal.
As the pressure and heat ease up a bit, Tiger T notes how taxed and strained CD looks, kneeling from his chanting. He leaves the toolbox and apron be for the moment and rushes to the Catdude's aid, handing him a napkin and supporting him. Soon after, the Catdude reaches into his rune bag and draws out the ready tray, picking out 2 rune stones. Holding them between his fingers, he intones 2 words that begin with the letters he is holding.
Was Mani.
A spell of greater healing, a bright white light briefly surrounds the Catdude and then fades out. His nosebleed has stopped, and his eyes are once again collimating normally. Though he is in better shape, he is still clearly spent and exhausted. He puts his runestones away.
Helmsman, who gave you the order to run? Turn this ship around and head directly to the epicenter of that starfire flare. I will not have her dying on my watch.
As if shouting would help now. But I can't understand why he's so agitated.
The Catdude smiles and pats Target T on the shoulder before addressing the captain.
I gave the order, Captain. By the direct command of Our Lady, I issued the order. And until Our Lady says otherwise, please hold your order. Please stand and wait while I try to reestablish contact with her. My lady, the ship is safe. We are ready to receive you. My lady, please respond.
His initial sending unanswered, the Catdude places his hands to his forehead and goes into deeper meditation in an effort to boost his sending.
My lady, are you safe? My lady, please respond.
Again, there is no response. The Catdude comes out of his meditation. All eyes are upon him. All show worry, concern, and fear. He turns to the captain.
Captain, on my advice and responsibility, I hereby countermand Our Lady on the ground of justifiable concern for her welfare. Please turn the ship around and proceed to her last known location.
They turn the ship around and start the search. Entering the field of destruction and heated air, everybody's eyes race between glowing pieces of floating metal and debris to find a trace of Lady Beth. Finally, after long precious seconds trickle by, forming endless minutes, a crew member calls out, "Captain, off the starboard bow!" They spotted her, floating unconscious in the middle of the void. She'd appear to be peacefully sleeping, were it not for us knowing how much power she'd just spent to protect us. It's much more likely unconsciousness overwhelmed her, or... no, must not even think it. Meanwhile, having recovered as best he can, the Catdude rises to his feet, with Tiger T assisting him.
Captain, I will take it from here. Please hold the ship steady as best you can.
The Catdude grabs his coil of paracord, ties one end to his belt, and hands the other end to Tiger T.
Hopefully this won't be needed, but just in case.
He reaches into his rune bag and holds 3 runes out, while Tiger T secures the other end of the paracord to a nearby stanchion.
Was, her, por.
A spell of flying. Putting his runes back in their bag, he lifts off the deck and flies out to his stricken lady. Gently he reaches under her shoulders and takes hold of her armpits. He brings her back to the ship and, as everyone gathers around them, Catdude carefully sets her down on the main deck. He whispers to her ear,
My lady, you are safe now. You are among friends. My lady, please come back to us.
She seemed to be breathing, if only very shallow, or was it just a shift in posture from the ship's motions? Intently, they continue to monitor her movements, or lack thereof. Seconds trickling by like a thread of cold honey running off a spoon.
There it is again! Definitely a breath, and her nostrils widening a bit to let it in.
Having brought his lady back to the ship, the Catdude unties his safety line and kneels down near her right shoulder in vigil. Silently, he curses his inability to use healing magic on others. Helpless to actively aid her, he can only plead for help from others.
Lord Upon, I know your gaze has been upon us this whole time. We need... Yes, my liege, it shall be done at once.
He holds his paws over his head as he lifts his face skyward. Softly, he begins to sing wordlessly and sways ever so slightly and gently. Though there are no words, there is still meaning.
Lord Aslan, greatest of lions and voice of creation, thy humble servant beseeches thine aid for this guardian of light. I plead thee, command the powers and archons of the blessed realm to sing the song of healing and comfort, that she may be restored unto us.
One after the other, the crew join in with their own singing. With renewed hope, Tiger T tries to project his good thoughts and vibrations to Lady Beth, holding his hands in her direction and humming along with the entrancing rhythm and melody. It doesn't take long before the tiny specks of orange that still cling to his hands start to glow and tingle there. He notices this and gently blows at them. They become detached and float over to Lady Beth, settling on the mark on her forehead, continuing to faintly glow before fading. Tiger T continues his efforts, as does everyone around her. As the Catdude's wordless singing slowly draws down to a murmuring humming to match the crew, he begins to hear the singing that only the heart and soul can hear.
Thank you.
Taking note of Tiger T, he sees glowing blue particles around his own paws. Following Tiger T's lead, he gently blows them to Lady Beth's forehead. Above her mark, they swirl around in an alicorn-shaped pattern before they also fade.
With my love and devotion.
Turning back, he is distressed to see that while bringing his lady back to the ship, her left shoulder got stained with his tears and blood.
And of course I forgot to bring a bar of soap.
He stills his mind and recenters his focus upon her well-being, resuming the swaying and humming of everyone else. Soon, with Catdude and everyone else sharing their strength with Lady Beth, she finally slowly comes to. Everyone takes a big sigh of relief as we can see her waking up. Catdude supports her head on his knee to help her sit up and recover. Wiping away a tear of joy, he moves to caress her cheek. A sincere, warm-hearted smile spreads across her face as she looks right into CD's eyes and thanks him.
Thank you.
Always, my lady. Always. Because I love you.
After an eternal moment, though, she shyly turns her head, seems to avert her gaze, and her usual melancholic expression returns.
CD? Please, not another word.
Yes, my lady.
She then addresses the captain.
Captain,
Yes, ma'am?
please take us back to the portal. Our task is done.
Captain, my lady, ought we remember to pick up certain items left behind? Making certain she can stay on the ship the whole way back?
The crew, of course, eagerly spring to action, and soon the ship gathers way in a wide, sloping curve. From time to time, a sail needs adjustments and we slightly swerve to avoid direct contact with a chunk of debris that's still floating in the void. Intending to give Lady Beth and CD some room, Tiger T returns to his tools and looks around how he could help the crew with their repairs, during which the Catdude remains fixed in position, giving Lady Beth whatever time she needs to rest against his knee. He looks at the debris in question as it passes by.
That should make for an interesting meteor shower somewhere, eventually.
He turns back to Lady Beth.
My lady, when you feel ready to stand, I shall take post at the stern and see that we are not being followed. Until then, please continue to rest. I shall wait as you need.
When Lady Beth felt recovered to her satisfaction, she arose and quietly retired to the captain's cabin. The Catdude took up watch at the stern to see if they were being followed. All was quiet on the aft deck, save for the soft creak of the steering wheel as the helmsman kept the ship to its course home.
Those ship designs were not familiar. I wonder if she has actually seen the face of these invaders directly. Too many questions, not enough answers. Maybe if we'd taken one of those pieces aboard, but psychometry is one of my lesser disciplines. Not enough time out here. I would have to take it back to the cafe to have the time. Plenty of time for questions then. Helmsman, if you could pass on a message to your captain after this voyage is completed, please ask him to inquire with his superiors over sending a salvage squadron to the area of battle to retrieve some of the debris we saw afterward. I wish to examine some of it at leisure back at the ladies' cafe.
He begins shifting his vision across the spectrum while stretching forth across the ethereal void to feel for any hostile intent toward them, all the while praying for a safe and uneventful return voyage. It is not long before he receives a sleepy sending from Lady Beth.
The seal on the breach remains intact, CD, and I'm satisfied that we have no followers. Come down and help T.
The Catdude descends from the poop deck and into the hold to assist Tiger T with some emergency bracing to shore up the hull and main deck. An hour is spent hammering nails, and he returns topside to secure his weapons and ammo. Quietly and methodically he unloads his magazines, carefully placing each round back into the styrofoam packing before putting them all back into the waiting boxes. The rest of the journey is spent splicing broken rope and cables back together, and other bits of maintenance in between mealtimes, in which Tiger T and the Catdude share stories of the cafe with the crew. All the while, Lady Beth quietly watches from the aft deck. After collecting Lady Beth's armour and other supplies left at the island, the ship begins the final leg home. Naturally, more cargo has to be offloaded and left at the island, so that Lady Beth can stay on the ship without flying. If the captain had any thought of protesting, he has the glares of the two large pantheric felines to remind him as to whom their loyalties lie with. As the two cats sit in their now customary positions in the bow, the Catdude begins to feel some pangs of hunger.
Tig, I know it's a bit early for Oktoberfest, but right now, a cold bottle of Optimater Spaten von München and a plate of bratwurst is sounding real good right about now.
I'll stick to soda, if you don't mind.
No worries, I prefer it myself. Just every now and then, a harvest time will come around where I will feel the urge to quietly slip off to visit the fatherland.
I don't think they'll have such specific beverages around anyway.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Let's go and consult the galley.
Sounds good to me.
After some searching and negotiating with the cook, the two of them return with some suitably bratwurst-like sausages, a grill to put them on, and some tasty beverages. A bit of chain to attach the grill hanging from a beam later, a fire pot full of charcoal underneath, and they were ready.
Alright, CD, you go ahead and magic up some fire underneath. I'll keep watch and make sure they don't burn to a cinder.
Natürlich, mein Herr.
He rubs his thumb and pointer finger rapidly over the charcoal.
Igni minoris.
A fire starts in the pot, and they soon have their meal of sausages and soda underway. Soon, Tiger T and the Catdude see the portal island from which they entered the realm coming into view. With 3 hours still left before arrival, the Catdude gathers the rope pile at the forecastle that he used as a bed and begins to work it back into a coil with the help of a crewman. When finished, the crewman declares,
All this time I thought cats could only entangle threads into a mess, never straighten it back into an orderly coil.
The Catdude smiles.
We cats exist to continually amaze.
The ship finally arrives at the portal island. Their backpacks mounted, two felines await by the gangplank while Lady Beth has a final discussion with the captain, and then they follow her across to the island. She activates the portal, and they all step through. Miss Kitty is there, waiting.
Well, I trust your gallivanting in another universe was well spent.
Indeed, Atavi. The mission was a success, and the boys did as I needed them to do.
Glad to hear it. There's something you need to know, Lady Beth.
As Miss Kitty motions, Lady Beth leans down for her to whisper in the ear. After a minute, Lady Beth straightens up.
A death in the family? How unfortunate.
Yes, he had to leave to settle the estate. Earl will get you all up to speed. He's waiting for you three in the dining hall with tea and coffee.
She then hands Lady Beth a letter, after which Miss Kitty heads off to the cafe office. As the trio head toward the dining hall, Lady Beth reads the letter, then tells the felines at her side.
It's from Tora Kiyoshi. He just learned last night that his uncle's only son died in a motorcycle accident, leaving him to be his uncle's sole heir. As his uncle is the Diamo of his home prefect, Kiyoshi has resigned as head of security here to return home for his coming duties there. He will not be returning here, not in any official capacity at any rate. He will be missed. Come, our tea and coffee await us.
The Catdude changes the topic, seeking to get answers to earlier questions.
My lady, may I prevail upon thee as to whether there is further detail to be known about these invaders? Is it even known what they call themselves? Is it even known what they are named?
Patience, Catdude. We should put our equipment away first. Though here and now, I can tell you this.
Lady Beth takes the two felines aside and shares many secrets and details, the nature of which can never be revealed in mortal realms. They remain her faithful companions, soaring through many skies and realms to bring peace and justice to all.